Hi guys, so the Prime Minister in the House of Commons on Wednesday said that if you vote for the Tories, you end up with Reform, and if you vote for Reform, you end up with the Tories, which is actually true because a significant number of failed Conservatives have jumped ship to Reform. Now, perhaps the next one is the former House of Commons hooligan Jonathan Gullis. Now, he was asked about this on Talk TV, and he was certainly open to the idea, but Reform need to professionalise first. Have a listen.
Understand and empathise why some of my former colleagues, like Jake Berry, have chosen to go to Reform UK. And of course, at times, I've looked at things and thought it could be quite tempting. But ultimately,
have you had any conversation? Have you had any conversations with the Reform?
No conversations at all. No conversations at all. Look, for me, if someone from Reform wanted to ask me what I'm waiting to see, what do they need to do? They need to put meat on the bone in terms of policy, really detail out what exactly they're going to do and how they're going to overcome the hurdles, particularly that they're going to face within the civil service, the judiciary, who are going to fight night and day to block what they want to do. Look at recruiting people. Who is going to be the future cabinet of a Reform UK government? It doesn't have to be all those inside Westminster. Who are the people that they're going to have stand as candidates in seats, and this will be their chancellor, this will be the Home Secretary, so we the public can get to know them and understand them. But as I say, look, at this present time, Jeremy, I'm clinging on by my fingernails and fighting and holding on for the Conservative Party to finally turn a corner. But I've never felt so almost politically homeless in my lifetime.
Well, now, so can you, for me, would you rule out right now ever joining Reform? You can't, can you?
No.
You can't?
No, I can't, Jeremy. I would like to... Again, I'm going to fight tooth and nail for the Conservative Party and for the Conservative cause, but you can... Can you... If you say never say never, right?
Yeah.
If I said no, if I said I can rule it out, and then I look like a bit of a donut in 12 months' time if I change my mind, wouldn't I?
We don't want Jonathan to look like a donut now, do we? So this is quite interesting. You notice here he said it doesn't have to be somebody within Westminster to be part of a cabinet or part of the government with Reform. So I'm getting the inkling that Jonathan Gullis wants to join Reform, but he doesn't want to run as an MP. He would like to be appointed as a government minister without actually having to be an MP. And that's possible. We saw it with the former Brexit minister, Lord Frost, some years ago when Boris Johnson was in charge. Now, I think this is funny because he's attempting to say to Reform, look, I will come on board, but you need to get your act together. But does Reform UK actually want Jonathan Gullis? Yes, I think he was a former, as you can see here, former deputy chair of the Conservative Party. But do people remember that? Does he still have any sort of pulling power? Does he have any real clout? I don't think so. He's been unemployed since the last election. He's been doing a few episodes of GB News, so maybe he's been able to speak to Nigel. But is there anything really he brings to the table? Is there any real advantage in winning over someone like Jonathan Gullis? Yes, he was high profile for a very limited and specific period of time, but I think he's sort of forgotten. I think he's a bit of a footnote within the Conservative Party at this stage. So I think they would prefer to focus on much high profile figures like Suella Braverman or even Liz Truss, who would probably consider joining. Because remember, these are not people who actually care about their constituents. They don't care about representing the public. They care about furthering their careers. They care about making money. And they lost their jobs recently, and now they want to jump on the next bandwagon. They're not people who actually have any principles. They will flip on a dime. So they will do whatever Nigel Farage tells them to do because they're going along for the ride. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. And let's see if Jonathan Gullis eventually does join Reform UK.